Hey folks, post-production Seraph here. Welcome back to more Let's Play, Super Dog and Iron Brothers. God, that's a habit, I'm so sorry. But, on to door 4. So, bit of a shorter video on this end, but you'll see. Again, remember, all these doors are actually just mini-levels at best. Mini obstacle courses building up to the final one. So, over here it's more platforming and rising lava to make you extremely nervous. If you happen to be the type that's nervous, me not so much. If there was a Lakitu here, then for sure, I'd be a little nervous. Or very. Depends on what the Lakitu's throwing. But, this is about as platforming as platforming gets, really. When it comes to the lava shenanigans levels, for the most part. Really interesting, all things considered, and I don't understand why I tried to spin jump right at that moment. But, all the same, we're done. I guess I thought I could probably, you know, spin jump on the flame and be safe when I could have just stood there on the platform. In hindsight, that was pretty dumb. Oh well. Door 5. I still don't outright know what game this song comes from. I feel like it comes from a RPG? Like Final Fantasy Mystic Quest even. But I could be wrong. But it feels like it could come from a Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. Like battle music somewhere. I feel like it. But, you know, I could be wrong. If anybody happens to know, please do let me know. Also, there's something down there. Why is that Blarg's... Did its eyes just come out of the ground? I'm not the only one who saw that, right? Just rewind the video over there for a minute and look at the bottom of the screen at the Blarg's eyes. It looks like the eyes just kind of came off the thing. Came off the lava. You know, jumping like a photo. Oh well, that being said, this is more, yeah, last obstacle course, pretty much, up until the final. I have to say, in hindsight, bringing that shell with me was a really good idea. If only because it allowed me to take my sweet time, and I don't know why I wasted my time freezing the dry bones here. In hindsight, that was not exactly necessary. Alright, this part. And for some reason I decided, well, you know what, I'm gonna make this safe for myself, I'm just gonna freeze both of them, and then go! Incidentally, I couldn't hit that last, spiky needle, so, eventually I just kinda give it up. Like, okay, forget it. It's not that bad, right? And, no, not really. This side, not too bad. This part, the segments of these swamps are really trying to make you nervous in terms of, you need to rush. Thankfully, I didn't need to because, you know, I'm a jerk. I like to bring shells with me. And, you know when Toad says, "Welcome to die"? Yeah, he wasn't kidding. It literally is welcome to die. Not specifically for you, but for, other people. Well, at least it's a welcome, huh? Phanto! I wondered if there was anything over there, and I tried pressing up onto the Phantos, but doesn't appear to be any doors. So, final level. For World 80, anyway, I believe. At this point, I think I was all, okay guys, we're here, final level. We totally haven't seen this, right? This is the first time we've been here. What are you talking about? And suddenly... Castlevania music! Oh, one of my favorite series out there. I haven't played all of them, but I adore the Castlevania series. It's fun. Although, man, the story can sometimes get a little bit too confusing. And of course, I'm looking at those blocks like ... Is that supposed to be a reference to wall meat? Come here. I need to check for the wall meat. Damn. I want that wall meat. Because, you know, Castlevania, wall meat is something that's like in every game, right? Oh dear. I think I seem to be having some frame rate issues. Sorry about that, folks. Well, hopefully it's not too bad, but I do believe at this point in the video I do do believe at this point there are some frame rate issues with the game. I'm not sure if it's the game or if it's the... during the recording, I had some frame rate issues at about this point. I don't know if it's the game or if it's my computer. I mean, I'm seeing the exact same frame rate weirdness, so I'm assuming it might be the game. I could be wrong, but... Oof, excuse me. Excuse me. Shouldn't have had that banana before doing this post-production speaking. But yeah, now, at this point in the rest of the video, there's occasional choppiness with the frames. Again, I'm not 100% sure if it was my computer or if it's the game. If anything, there's only one thing that's definite about all this, and that is that it threw me off completely. And I've lost bearings of how to play. Like, frame rate, God. Why the frame rate? All the same, I probably could have just stopped and, you know, kept, you know, stop playing and maybe see if I could fix it, but at the time I wasn't 100% sure if it's something regarding the level or something regarding my computer, so I figured, forget it, if the frame rate is at least acceptable enough, we'll just keep rolling with it and getting in the stupidest way possible, because I underestimated Boom Boom's jump there. Because again, frame rate, something that just kind of screws with you if it's not working right. You can't really tell. Also, this isn't foreboding, right? Excuse me. I mean, what are you talking about? It's clearly not Bowser 3. Except it actually is Bowser 3. Just done in a very simplistic manner. You know, it's kind of funny. I'm usually pretty awful with Bowser 3. Usually. But I didn't do too bad here. I mean, the room is very simple. God. As opposed to some of the things you see other people make for levels in terms of Bowser 3 shenanigans. Oh, God. I mean, you see some really creative ideas in Bowser 3 fights. But sometimes I feel it gets a little too silly. But, you know, A for creativity, at least. I mean, I've seen some pretty cool stuff. Especially if you happen to be, you know, a nutso person like me, and you watch a lot of Raocow stuff, then you see a lot of interesting things come out of the Nagel X series. Also, suddenly Bowser, except, you know, without the clown car. But it's Bowser, and we need to throw bombs. Incidentally, he's not that difficult, as long as you can tank enough hits. And that's it. That's literally it. You have to do maybe 2 fights against Bowser. Well, 3 if you include 2 Bowser fights within this level, and that's pretty much the end of it. Right at this point, I was like, oh no, please, not the princess. No, please, I want out of here. God, I will not, you know, please. I will not manually roleplay this situation. Please, I want out now, please. And then I'm like, okay, fine. Run past the princess. I wonder if there's anything hidden here. Essentially, I was just doing everything else but talking to the princess because, come on. How many times have we seen this scene already? How many times? You'd figure Mario would be tired of it by now, but oh well. And that's the end of it. That is the last level of World 8. For the most part. And also, I'm still searching for things, so beep boop, accidental press up, because I think there's something else to do. So, nothing left to do but, you know, save my other power-up and off myself. Well, at least it worked out, right? But yeah, that would be the last level of World 8. At this point, I'm just moving around like, okay, well, I got all the power stars, right? Well, almost all of them. So, what's left to do? Did I make sure I got everything here? Yes, I do. I do have everything. And then... right. So, World 8 is done. And everybody knows, when it comes to a collab production, what comes after World 8? Well, what comes after the core game? Post-World! Oh boy, the Post-World. 110 stars to get it there. I don't know what it is. So, if you made it this far, not worth its own World. So, yeah, post-production. Or post-game. So I guess these are levels that just couldn't really be fit somewhere appropriately in any of the worlds, so they were just kind of stuck here. Usually a foreboding sign, huh? But seeing as how I noticed the video was on the short side, I decided, okay, you know what, while I'd rather just, start the post-game separately, let's go see what the first one is. Horrifying Lakitu Thunderdome by Sorafite. Yeah. First thing I get to see a Lakitu. You wanna guess what this entails? And it's only 1 star. You have 1 guess. It entails Lakitu spam! Plus, many strange things in the game, thereby lagging the living hell out of it. And thereby heavily saturating the level. And, barely throwing just enough to help you survive. But you get all the 1-ups in the world, at least. So I guess there's that. This is how we start off, huh? And of course, Ghost House by Spoonie Bard. Use Spoonie Bard. But I think at this point, I've decided to basically just stop it right there, because, come on, man, it's the post-world. Post-game worlds are usually meant to slap you across the face at some point or another. If not all the time, usually. But I think that's about it. Until then, this is Seraph Tears, post-production version, and hopefully, next time, I will see you as per my usual normal way. So until then, see you folks around. Take care, alright? Oh boy, this is gonna take a while.